Quick warning, and it's no joke. If you get queasy on how people prepare food in certain countries, stop watching. You might think he's playing Tiki Hut with the rabbit, but no, he's gonna burn it. He's about to go full Maui on this rabbit. Listen, and it's just natural, there's nothing wrong with cooking and eating animals. I just feel like there might have been a better way of going about it at the beginning. You didn't have to put Max and Ruby in a house fire in order to cook it. And I feel like you got some of the steps backwards. You're pulling the fur off now? This wasn't something that could have been done prior. There's a process called skinning. And now we're washing it. This is living proof that the rabbit foot isn't lucky. And while the meat right there doesn't look too horrible, you're using the butcher knife pretty dangerous. Move your fucking fingertips, my boy. And over the last few days, some of the things I've seen people eat around the world I didn't know existed, this isn't the worst case. In a pinch, I would probably eat this. His methods just seem a little fucked up. It looks like he's making himself Rabbit McNuggets. Something tells me that that was somebody's pet just a few minutes ago. And now they're going around going, where the fuck is it? And he's probably saying, shut the fuck up, I'm making a TikTok, okay? He knows how to chop the veggies, they're looking good. All in all, this dish isn't that bad. You do gotta make sure, though, rabbits, that you sanitize them well because you can get parasites pretty easy depending on the situation. The wok looks clean, the seasonings look nice, the veggies look fresh. The rabbit just got cooked in the most inhumane way possible. Since Oprah and The Rock can't raise any money for Hawaii, maybe they can raise some money for rabbit fires. Imagine if this bunny just painted himself blue, this probably never would have happened to begin with. I've had rabbit a few times, I'm not the biggest fan of the taste. Now, somebody wanted to tell me, hey, please be respectful, this is our culture. I could eat this food with a straight face and probably say thank you. But I'm saying only if I'm in a pinch. Right now, I wouldn't want to fucking touch it. I still think it looks disgusting as fuck, it's just not the worst. There's no judgment on this one. This is just not my preference, that's why. If you keep cooking like this, you might be able to run for president. The whole village would be on your side. The question is, how common are rabbits over here wherever you're at? And yeah, I don't know where you're at, so comment section would have to let me know where the fuck this is. But isn't there an easier source of protein than rabbits? Like, I've been seeing a very big lack of chicken all over the place. From what I understand, worldwide, chicken is the most consumed food there is. I'm just wondering, where the fuck are all the chickens? And after that, where's the rice? Chicken and rice is But I'm not even kidding when I say that I probably would rather have this than Taco Bell. For some reason, Taco Bell always looks nasty as fuck. You know the people back there making your food are wiping their ass crack on your tortillas every time, especially if you show up 15 minutes before closing. This man looks like he kept everything clean, kept his hands clean, the cooking station, everything looks tidy. And that's something I can fuck with. Not to critique you here because you probably know better than me, but that's not how you use chopsticks, my boy. You might as well have just used your fucking hand. Something about this guy looks like he would kick your ass in Mortal Kombat, and I don't know what it is. Don't know what country this is or what the culture is on this, but I'd have to say I'm going to go ahead and give you some brownie points and say the food you cook looks pretty damn good. The color's nice, the drink on the side's a nice touch, and in one of the rare occasions in the last 6 days I've seen somebody catch a dub. Good for you. Fuck off.
This is how you make the best steak at home. It's got an amazing crust, fully seasoned throughout, and a proper butter base that takes it to the next level. If you can get it, you want a steak about 1.5 inches to 2 inches thick. The thickness allows you time to develop that outer crust, and first it's going to need a generous amount of salt. We want this salt to fully penetrate the meat and season it throughout. Pop it in the fridge overnight and you'll see the salt has absorbed into the meat to fully season it. Hit it with neutral oil, then I'm seasoning with freshly cracked black pepper. Render the fat cap first, then sear each side for 1:30 to form a deep flavorful crust in that ripping hot pan. Turn the heat to low, then add a stick of butter along with fresh herbs and unpeeled garlic. You want to aim for a butter temp of around 225 to ensure it bubbles but doesn't burn. Pull it off to let it rest, blast it with the butter, and enjoy.
Comes to cooking a really good steak, you want to start by finding one at the store with a lot of marbling throughout it. That's going to add a bunch of flavor and keep it really juicy and tender. I prefer steak seasoning over just salt and pepper, but that's really up to you. But you do want to start by searing the fat cap in butter and oil if it has one, and then you can flip it on both sides. And I like to move them around as I cook it. I see a lot of people say just keep it in one spot, but I think you get a much more even crust if you move it around as you cook it. I don't even use a thermometer anymore. This is the hand test, and you just press down in the middle of your steak to see when it's done. If you guys want a video on that, let me know. When it's done, I top it with a little cold butter to stop it from cooking. I let it rest, and then I always will slice the ribeye cap first and then the rest. So good. If you try it, let me know what you think.
Trust me when I say this is how you make a high-level steak. What better way to celebrate 1 million followers by showing you how I cook the best filet mignon ever? Now let's go! Temper 30 minutes and lightly cover in oil. Rosemary salt! If you know, you know. Sergeant Gilbert reporting for duty. Finely ground. Now roll the edge. Bring your pan up to medium-high heat. Little avocado oil and sear. Flip after about a minute. Stick with me. By the end of this video, you're gonna understand the technique. Now rest 2 minutes. Drop the heat of the pan to low and add 5 tablespoons of butter. When the butter's starting to foam, put the steak back. Constantly baste. Every 30 seconds, turn the meat. Keep basting. When it hits about 90 internal, rest 5 minutes. Drop some crushed garlic in your butter. Heat back on, steak back in, and continue to baste. Drop in some thyme. When it hits 125 internal, blast the heat and baste for 1 minute. Now, one final 6-minute rest. Before we do the reveal, if you're getting value from this, please remember to like the post. And if you want to become a god in the kitchen, just hit that follow button. Woo! Oh my lord. You know I love you, animal!
If you've never had cowboy butter, it's at the top of my list for best sauces for a steak. I came across a video of my buddy George's kitchen making this recipe, and I had to give it a shot. So I'm going to quickly cook up some steaks, and while they rest, I'm going to show you how to make the butter. We're going to start by melting some butter with garlic, lemon juice, lemon zest, salt, pepper, paprika, and cayenne, along with some Dijon mustard. Stir that together, then add chili flakes, thyme, chives, and parsley, then stir it once more. The flavor on this was incredible, and you should definitely give it a shot. Shout out to George's Kitchen.
Okay, another beauty from Men with the Pot. I'm not talking about cigarettes. Where's this going? How much butter you need? He's good at table tennis. Jesus Christ, it's like a bath of butter. Okay, now you're dredging them in there. Cut out the bacon. Where is this going? Loving the knife skills. Wowza. Well, that makes me feel a bit sick, that angle. Not good. Okay, shaving the parsley. Trimming the bush. Potatoes. Okay, crispy fries, skin on, best way, good. Okay, oh, dog's hungry, crispy, beautiful. Okay, rich, creamy sauce. Oh no, you lost me there. Oh, kid, you lost me. Where's the steak? There it is. Now this should come out beautiful. Show me the middle. Beautiful color. OMFG. That is on the money.
Let's make a steak sandwich.
Gotta taste this. We're going heavy with the salt and pepper on here, and now we just sear it super hot for super long and build the thickest crust possible. Can't believe people actually prefer this. Dehydrate overnight. We dried it out, we blended it, and now we're left with that crust dust. Apply that to the next steak with a little bit of salt. That's cool. It's gonna fall off in the pan though. It did not indeed fall off. It looks like an amazing crust, but we'll see. This is how a steak should be cooked. Perfect medium rare. As for the crust, it was good. I wouldn't do it again. I wouldn't try it at home. But my boy Max, shout out. Creativity's on another level. Wow.
From blue rare to well done, let's talk about the 6 ways to cook a steak.
6 steaks sous vide for accuracy. Starting with well done. Best reserved for tough, low and slow cuts. Medium well. A good introduction to the world of pink steaks. And medium. Rosy pink, ideal for fatty and coarse cuts like skirt or hanger. Medium rare. Balance of juiciness and tenderness, most popular for a reason. Rare. Nearly raw with no fat rendering, best for lean cuts like filet. And blue rare. Excellent choice if you're a vampire. The rule of thumb, more fat can be cooked hotter, with leaner cuts more rare.
So the question is, how did you like your steak cooked?
Hi guys, welcome to my kitchen and bikini cooking with Claire. Got my apron. Tonight I'm going to be doing a beginner-friendly air fryer meal. I saw this meal on TikTok and I'm relatively new to the air fryer and I want to be using it more, so let's make it together. In the air fryer I'm going to be making garlic steak bites and baked potatoes. I'm going to start by washing the potatoes really well. Gotta grab my air fryer.
The recipe said to put a bunch of holes in the potatoes with a fork. I've never really heard of this before, but it makes sense. Then you're going to coat them in olive oil and season them really well.
I'm going to use a lot because I like a lot of seasoning on like anything I make. Now they go in the air fryer to bake.
Bake at 400 for 30 minutes.
This meal's great because while the potatoes are cooking, I can be working on the meat. I get really hot while I cook and I'm around the hot stove anyways, so wearing a bikini is like the best of both worlds for me and you. Is the fat supposed to stay on? I don't want it. In the recipe I watched, they put all the meat in a bowl and just seasoned it with one type of seasoning and olive oil. Not me. I still have 22 minutes until I can even put these in there, so I'm just gonna put them in this. This is the one they used in the video, Buttery Steakhouse. I saw this one and was intrigued by it. It's called Wood Fire Garlic. Just a little bit of that, because that smells strong. Tiny bit of salt, tiny bit of pepper. And I'm actually going to put just a tiny bit of minced garlic, like juice in there. My favorite part. Zip up the bag. Oh. Let's start over. Rewind. My favorite part is zip up the bag, take the air out. And then just squish it.
Starting on the garlic butter for when the steak is done. 400 for 7 minutes.
Then I'm gonna go ahead and do the finishing touches. Green beans. This actually smells so heavenly, I'm not even playing. It's time for the review. Bon appetit, or bon apple teeth, however you're supposed to say it. Oh, that's butts down. I would make this again. 10 out of 10 would recommend this recipe. I'm definitely going back for seconds on this one.